Welcome back. I was able to get the fuel tank out. It sits right here on top of this engine, and that went very easily. It was just the 4 bolts and nuts. I didn't mention in the previous video those were a 4mm, excuse me, not a 4mm, a 10mm and a 12mm. Also, it was very easy to drain the fuel because I disconnected it downstream of that fuel valve, so I just removed that fuel valve with it, and I was able to control that to drain the gasoline out of it, make it a little bit easier to store, so I don't have to worry about dumping a fuel tank full of gas all over the floor, all over the wall, or who knows where. Especially with a little one running around that likes to help with everything. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. But for the next step that I need to take, I'm just looking at all the components that are in here, and the replacement motor does come with a starter. I have never tried to disassemble one of these or reassemble one, so I'm just kind of giving a general overview. It appears I'm going to have to disconnect this hose, which goes through what looks like maybe a filter and goes back to the air intake. I have no idea what that is, aside from maybe just an emissions recirculation. So this line needs to be disconnected. The chain for the drive comes in underneath this guard. I don't know how well I'm capturing that, but it appears I need to take this bolt off here and maybe one on the other side. Yeah, there's one on the other side that needs to come out. And I don't know what else yet, but I may have to disassemble this entire guard to get everything off that needs to come off. It may be necessary to, well, it'll for sure be necessary to disconnect this. I don't know if I will have to rewire anything, but for now these things are just going to get disconnected, and we'll see what happens after that. I will need to very likely disconnect this from the starter and this from the starter. This looks like a ground. Yeah, that looks like it's just a ground wire, and this looks like the hot lead going into the starter. That all appears fairly straightforward. And if we come around here to the front, on the top, these 2 bolts, this bolt here and this bolt around back here, need to be removed to pull the entire carburetor off. And I'll have to do the same thing on the underside right here for the exhaust. And I'm certain there will be motor mounts. I have not gone looking for those yet, so I don't know where else this thing is tied in. But I'll have to disconnect a few motor mounts. This is for the spark plug. I'm just going to unplug that right now. There's no reason not to. It's fairly self-explanatory. And I'll also have to disconnect the shifting linkage right down here. That links back to the shift lights. The gear indicator is probably part of this wiring harness, because it does have a gear indicator on the dash of this Jeep. It tells you what gear you're in. Hopefully the new motor has that. I don't know. I may have to put 2 motors together, cannibalize pieces